Yo, what up? It's DJ Khalil on hardknocktv, about to walk you through Aloe Blacc's The Man, his hit record off of Lift Your Spirit, which I produced, so check it out.
Well, you can tell everybody, yeah, you can tell everybody, go ahead and tell everybody, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
How many tracks would you say are on this song?
Probably 150 tracks if you add the choir, because we did everything in sections. This song started off on piano. We were vibing with Aloe and Sam Barsh, keyboard player for this song, and Dan Seif, the bass player. We went on YouTube and we checked out like this Russian like classical piece, and it kind of like inspired what this song is. Sam Barsh just started playing these chords, and that's really how The Man started. Aloe just started singing melodies, you know. He'll have his phone, he'll just start, you know, reciting lyrics and coming up with melodies. He already had the words. He started singing. You can tell everybody the lyric from Elton John's Your Song. We just kind of took it from there. Dan Seif played the bass, and then I just started building drums. Like I started with a loop and, you know, like kick and snare. A lot of drum layering, like tons of snares. if you zoom in, like I spend a lot of time on drums. I worked on these drums like 3 times. Like I approached it 3 different ways, and then we finally came up with this. We were getting close to finishing and mixing the record, and I was like, man, I had to sit here for like 2 days and really figure out the drums and the right swing for this pattern with the piano and the bass.
Start off with live drums?
No, we started off with program drums. And then we went into Warren Campbell's studio and we recorded live on top of the program. So really you hear most of the program drums, but then you hear the drum, you know, the fills and, you know, all the drum rolls.
Is that usually how you do it? You start off with program drums and then you go and you record them live?
Yeah, because Aloe really wanted, for this album, he wanted most of the tracks to have a program feel. He didn't want a live, you know, because then it puts the record in a whole other category. You know what I mean? We want to make these soul kind of pop records with a program feel, with a hip hop feel to it. You can listen to it in your car and it'll knock like Dr. Dre or something. From this point, like, you know, we have the main track. I give it to Aloe. Sometimes he'll take it home and write it. He'll come back the next day, or, you know, or a couple days later with the actual song written, and then we'll start cutting vocals. So in this session, I actually have, he's gonna kill me, but I have like the demo vocals.
I believe every lie that I ever told, paid for every heart that I ever stole. I played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you got sold. Somewhere I heard that life is a test. I live through the worst and still get my best.
We get basically like a framework of the track. So it'll be like the keys, bass, and then drums. I'll lay down a drum beat, and then Aloe will start writing to that. And then when he feels like he has a song, we'll do like a demo version. And then I'll kind of build around that. Then I'll start putting the strings, and we'll do all the different sections. And then we'll go and re-record the vocals. Just on a good mic. We just want to have like the structure of the song, and we know what it's going to sound like. And then we just start building each section one by one. We'll do like a whole day of just doing strings. Then we'll do a whole day of just doing horns. And then, you know, we'll come back and be like, oh, well, the bridge needs horns too. And then we'll come back and we'll do the horns for the bridge. Dante Winslow would come in, arrange all the horns. He even did it remotely because he was on tour with Justin Timberlake. So, you know, I would send him stuff. He would send it to his guys. They would do, you know, all through email, do like all these layers of horns. We start with flugelhorn. trumpet, start adding trumpets, then trombone. And you add that big swell at the end. So it has just a big moment before it even goes into the first verse. So you already feel like that emotion going in right into it. It already feels like an anthem going in before the verse even starts. When he performs it at a show, we want the energy, you know what I mean, of the song just to build up before the verse even starts. So even for the pre-chorus, we added baritone sax. These are all the different layers, baritone, and then you go back into the chorus. Trumpet, flugelhorn. Those are like some of the layers just on the chorus. Huge horn section, just to make it sound bigger and to have more life.
How long did this song from start to end, would you say, take to record?
It sounds crazy, but it probably took about 2 months total. Like just because, you know, getting the choir and getting all the horn parts and finding the right drums and also you know, Rocky played live drums on it, so there are a lot of fills and stuff like that. Shout out to Rocky. And there's so many layers. Even to do the bridge, like, you know, there's strings and horns going on, and Dante just killed it with the arrangement. Horns going backwards and with delays and stuff. It's like very unique, you know what I mean?
When you say horns going backwards, what do you mean by that?
Like, I'll play it for you right now. He took a melody, a trumpet melody, and turned it into, you know, and made all the horns go backward. So you're hearing those backward horns, like they're kind of answering the other trumpets. It made the bridge really special in this song. If I play the bridge back, when you hear the bridge full, there's so much going on musically. Bridges aren't normally, especially nowadays, not that epic, but that it brings you to that ending with the choir, and it's just such a moment. It's such a great build-up for the song. You know, Dante Winslow, he killed this song, man. The horns are amazing.
It reminds me a little bit of there's a track on like Water for Chocolate for Common.
Oh yeah, totally. No, it sounds like, it reminds me of Voodoo, D'Angelo, like in that realm, you know what I mean, that vibe, especially with backwards trumpets and stuff like that. You hear that all in D'Angelo's music and Common, like the Soulquarian kind of sound, which, you know, we're very inspired by. You know, that's just an era that is very close to my heart. You know what I mean? Like it's just so organic musically.
I believe every lie that I ever told, paid for every heart that I ever stole. I played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you got sold.
The choruses we made bigger, but actually the verses were pretty just straightforward, just with bass and just a few elements, so you can really hear what he's saying, because you don't want to compete with the singer. You don't want too much stuff going on, because it's really about the song at the end of the day. So that was really the main thing with even doing Al's whole record, is making space for him, because if you add too many things harmonically, you know, it could really mess up the song. It's a contrast to his voice, so you don't want him to compete with any instrument at all. You know what I mean? In a record, to see Aloe, to see what he's doing, and to go from being an MC to being like one of the most revered singers now. It's crazy to see. You know, it's just real music, real strings, real horns, real voices, you know, behind it, and like a really strong message. You know, this is like a theme for everybody. If you're going through something, you want to play this just to uplift your spirit or whatever you're going through. So it's just the fact that it's an anthem, and just to hear it this way, like broken down, it's really crazy, because we went through a lot to get this record the way, you know, to this point. It's a trip.